How can you put 80 billion on housing? Put money, FHA, pump money into FHA, pump money into Morphe, recapitalize Federal Mortgage Bank. What are they looking for? 500 billion recapitalization. Give them. Family Homes Fund. How much do we used to put when we were in the... In fact, I started it when I was chairman of appropriation 10 years ago. We were putting about 100 billion, right? To enable you to raise more. Now you're giving them 7 billion. And you are talking about that you are going to achieve everything. We are not being realistic about that. Please, I beg of you to go sit with the minister. Something needs to be done ASAP. And you know everybody that knows me, once I take up a matter, I will not drop this matter. Because I love the president. And I love this government. And I want this government to succeed. The housing sector must get the required funding that it deserves to be able to perform. We are not asking to get everything. But when I look at the allocation of fund in the budget as a former chairman of appropriations, I've seen money elsewhere that should not be where it is. I've seen money elsewhere that should be in the housing sector. I've been chairman of finance, I've been chairman of appropriations. So I'm talking from an informed perspective. So that's why when I made my comment, I said, I want to take it that it is an oversight because we are all human. I'm sorry, honorable colleagues. I'm taking it for granted that I'm speaking your mind.
Yes, of course.
Permanent Secretary, I want you to go back to your minister, sit down, please. Between now and Monday, we will want to hear from you again on this matter and as it relates to all the agencies. If we have more money, as I said to you, nothing is casted on stone. Even when a budget comes, of course, there are processes where, because you could make mistakes here and there and get them corrected. Even after the budget, that is why we have the corrigendum and everything and the rest. You could still correct, things. That's why you have the environment. You can still move things and the rest. We want to see moment. Go and work it out. We still have latitude in our revenue that we can be able to open up few places, even if it is jacking up some subheads of our revenue and look at money. Or otherwise, you knock off certain things and do a scale of, not scale of preference, priority. Scale of priority. We want to see money between now and Monday, and we will sit down and reallocate this money to the various MDAs, and of course, the Ministry of Ministry of Housing. On this matter, I will go personally and see the president. Permanent Secretary, you spoke about all these agencies. And the impression you try to create is that the aggregate of what will come out of each one of these entities will make up for whatever target that you set up. Where's the money in FHA? How much have you given FHA? From the little they raise, you are on their neck to take away 30% Fiscal Responsibility Act. Now it's even 50% you want to take. Where's the money? There's no money for FHA to build any house. So the target that you are setting for social housing will fail. So it amounts to like deceiving the president. That's it. The poor man is somewhere thinking that he's built a vision. But again, somehow, things are not going right when it comes to implementation. It's not rocket science. That is why I said to you, how do you intend to achieve the whole of that? So you spoke about Federal Mortgage Bank. Since when have we been talking about recapitalization? Federal Mortgage Bank. Where is the recapitalization? Zero. So what are you expecting from Federal Mortgage Bank? You will not get it. Family Homes Fund. How much did you put now? 7 billion. The more money you put for them, the more capacity they have to borrow more to combine and be able to do it. I don't like unnecessarily praising our agencies. Of course, I got a lot of issues with them. But I know there's a model they just completed in Kaduna. And if they have more money, resources at their disposal, and they decide to replicate that all over the country, the gentleman in federal housing, the managing director and his executive directors, within 6 months, had gone all around the country and gotten land. Why? They want to embark on mass housing. The entire issue you are talking about of poverty, whatsoever you have, and the rest, the chains of effect, multiplying effect. That is what they want to create. Where is the money? They've done their part. They've gotten all the land. You go to the ministry, the same thing. The Renew Hope that we're talking about, the 13 sites that you go, even though I want to keep that until the minister comes, because I'm talking about one side of the matter, I will talk about the other side of the matter. So I don't see how, and I'm ready to have this conversation with anybody, and I'm ready to have a debate with anybody. I don't see how the expectation that you've set out will be achieved. And I don't want anybody to be deceiving the president. I will not allow anybody to deceive my Baba. I will go and see him and tell him. Because that's the reality of the matter. You can't say 160 billion is not sufficient. Everybody agreed about that. Then you come back to the next budget. You go halfway. Then you are talking about that, oh, you are going to leverage from other, and all the others now have put it before you. Where's the money? You're talking about Murphy. We said, okay, 1 trillion at the beginning. Now we said, okay, the first tranche, 250 billion. Now in reality, what is coming out of government, 150 billion. But that again is financing. That again is mortgage. I don't want to go into that conversation, even though I agree that we need to pump in a lot of money into mortgage. So even what Murphy is doing now will not have that kind of required effect to pump out what we want to have in the housing sector. So if at the end of the year, we do not achieve anything, I'm not a pessimist, but with what is on ground now, with what I see in FHA, and relatively well, if I'm with them, I normally criticize them because I want them to do more. But let me say it openly, with the effort they are making at FHA, Federal Mortgage Bank, Family Homes Fund, even Murphy itself. Have I forgotten any agency? The permanent secretary with his new ministry. So why everybody laughing? So with all the efforts that they are putting in, let me tell you something, and you know I'm on record. Let Nigerians know with the present arrangement, we will not achieve what the president expects us to achieve at the end of the year. At the end of last year, we did not achieve even close to what the president thought. But it appears that the president is being misinformed. And people will now go criticizing the president, the innocent man, everywhere, when he set out the vision and he's given all the necessary backing. In the course of implementation, you have problems, you have issues. I will want us to leave here in the next 10 minutes, if possible, honorable colleagues. My own, before I give my colleagues, I want to ask, because there was a confusion about Murphy, and everybody was worried and disturbed. So we called a meeting with all the agencies to attend. Even though Murphy, they've not written me officially to give me a report of that. No, we agree that we're going to have a meeting after 1 week, but we're not able to hold that meeting. So, but informally, they've informed me that you people have settled on how the modalities will be and you've agreed. So the first question I'm going to ask, is that true?
No.
FHA?
Not true.
Federal Mortgage Bank? Say it loud. Family Homes Fund?
In progress.
When did he become a politician? He's afraid of his boss. You are afraid of Minister of Finance. Then who is there again? Yeah? That's all. Murphy, you see the impression? So I still have a bit of a problem on how we're proceeding. And you're proceeding with the speed of light. I don't want us to issue a resolution now that you should stop whatever you are doing. We don't operate like that as a committee, but proceed with caution until we resolve this matter. Because you told me that they are on board, they've all agreed, you've all agreed. And that is why even when you announced that you've started all the processes, you didn't hear from us. Because I actually thought there's already understanding amongst all of you. Right? So we got a bit of work to do. Secondly, ministry, we also need to have a conversation when you people come on your core mandate. We don't have problem, you're building some houses, everything, and the rest, but we need to understand where your core mandate is and what are your priorities, what you want to actually do. Federal housing, we will want to have precise numbers of your target of houses so that if we have more money, we know how to allocate. Since the ministry, they are not ready to work, we can take money from the ministry and give you to go and build houses if they don't want to. Pamsek, my brother, I see he did like this. So, yeah, but it's fact. If you people are not ready to, we will take part of your money, we'll give to federal housing to go and build up, because we want to see houses being built everywhere, and we have to push them to go ahead. Federal Mortgage Bank, the committee tried to intervene between you and Central Bank, and we gave the Central Bank instruction to do what you want, and you never come back to us. So you think you can come and use us anytime and you go? You are still where you are. But I asked you people, the committee asked you all to come back after 1 week. So why didn't you come back? Is it that you are having conversation is on, or they've drawn a line that we will not do it? Ongoing. But you should let us know that you're having a conversation so that we can. Lastly, Family Homes Fund. If you have more money, what are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with it? Honorable colleagues, and all of you, you are a living witness. I kept talking to the minister about regulation. And we now, with a new permanent secretary, I think take that very important. We talk with all the stakeholders. FHA wants to regulate, but the FHA is an interested party. So he's my friend, I will tell him the truth. I'm not supporting FHA to regulate. I would prefer to have a national housing regulatory authority. If you have that, I have said it over and over again, it will be in terms of wealth, it will be richer than the NCC. It will be self-funded. But the most important thing is that it will bring an end to most of these problems of collapsed houses, people, developers swapping, doing 419, collecting people's money off plan, running away with it, or at the end of the day, giving them houses that is not what they sign in for. So much is going. The housing sector is such a massive sector. You can't, nowhere in the world where there is no regulatory authority for the housing sector. So if there's any legacy that this committee wants to leave, we will have. I'm not like completely against any of the existing agencies to take the role of regulator, but the original idea of the committee is to have a separate entity, a national housing regulatory authority. In fact, it is embarrassing to say that Nigeria do not have a national housing regulatory authority. It's a matter that we need to deal with ASAP. In drawing a conclusion, what I would crave the indulgence of the members is that, of course, we are going to go through all these documents very well, study it. If we have any question, we contact you. Then before we put our final report. For the minister, we will engage him and the ministry on Monday. For the executive session, because of time constraint, I think most of the issues are uniform. It wouldn't take us just 30 seconds or 1 minute to pass the message. All we will just ask is for the pressmen to excuse us. But before the pressmen excuse us, let me bring the meeting to an end formally. Right? Yes. Having taken note of all the discussions and all the resolutions, clerk, made at this meeting, I wish to bring this meeting to an end. Motions?
Yes, can I take a motion, sir?
Yeah.